Hi guys, how's it going? It's Dragonball AJ here, and some huge news today. We're getting link scales are coming very soon to Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle and update version 4.11.1. This is some huge news, and I have to say I called it. If you check out my earlier video, I said on about when are link scales coming to global. A couple of weeks ago, I did say they would be here before the 350 million downloads or by the 350 million downloads celebration. So I thought they would come out sometime in August. So I just wanted to say, called it here. So why is link skills important? Well, it's really important because it was quite a meta-changing game when it came out in JP last month. The biggest difference between that is just the actual overall power scaling change from the link skill level update, which just basically meant that, you know, playing the two games felt very different, and it's important that this came to global very quickly because the games need to at least feel like you're playing the same version of the game between, you know, the JP or the global version. The only difference really should be is the languages and the fact that JP has some extra content because it was released first before the global version of the game was launched. But in terms of the actual gameplay and how it looks and how it plays and how it feels, they should be almost identical. And I feel like when they brought this out over in JP a month ago, that really just separated the games, you know, the differences between the two. So with that out of the way, let's have a look at how link skill levels will work, and we'll just go read through the news here, and we'll talk about it, and then I'll also show you guys. We'll also show you guys a preview of it by looking at the JP version of the game towards the end of the video. But let's just talk through the news and see what the link scale levels actually do. So here we go, we've got a preview here of how link skills level works. So we've got an example here where we've got Vegeta with a level 1 Prodigy's skill, and then we've got Piccolo here with a level 2 Prodigy's link skill. So basically what happens in this situation is that Vegeta will only ever get the level 1 buff, and Piccolo will get the level 2 effects of the actual link skill there. So the way it actually works is that when you're linked with your opponent, you only ever take on the skill level, the link skill level of your own character that you're using. So in this case here, Vegeta will always get his link skill level 1 until it's raised, and Piccolo will always get a level 2 every time it's actually activated. Right, and that's for link skills that work with that raises attack and defense. When we've got the third case scenario here, I mean, this is basically how the game actually works as it is at the middle, so there's really no changes. But if you've got a middle character and you're linked with two other characters, and you'll get the added effects if you've got two different links being activated. So here Piccolo's getting one of his links activated from Krillin, he's getting another link activated from Vegeta. So both links are active, and then he gets the combined effect. This is exactly how that kind of works at the minute, and you know, in the actual game in the middle. So if you had someone you can activate skills on, if you're in the middle slot, you can activate skills with fighters on your left side, or you can activate, you know, link skills with your character units on your right hand side as well. Then we've got link skill levels that raise ki. So again, this works pretty much in the exact same way here, that you get your extra ki bonus based on your actual level. So if you're a level 2, you'll get a level 2 bonus. If you're a level 1, when you activate the link skill, you'll get the level link 1 effects. And then it's kind of the same sort of thing. They can get combined key raising effects as well if you've got a link skill getting activated to the right of you and a link skill that's activating to the left of you. The only difference here as well is that you won't get your active skill links activated twice now. So say for example, if you had, so we look at this Frieza here, and he's got Over and a Flash, and he's in the middle character slot. So let's say Cooler had the Over and the Flash link, and Kaioken Goku also has an Over and a Flash link. In the game, what you'll get here is if they both had Over and a Flash activated, you get +6 ki given to Frieza, because you get 3 ki from the Over and Flash from the Goku, and the 3 ki Over and the Flash being activated from the Cooler. Well, we're saying I know this Cooler doesn't have it, but hypothetically, if he did have it, you get that, and that would give this Frieza +6 ki boost. That's the one change with link skills that are actually happening here. You'll only ever get the one Over and a Flash boost activated, and then the overall effect of the overall Over and the Flash will be affected by the link level skill. You've got another effect, so let's see what happens when we're looking at skill levels that actually affect your opponent. And the example is here, what happens if we reduce the defense aspect of it. So we've got a link skill here where we've got Chaozu, he's got a level 2 telekinesis, and we've got a general Bowser here has a level 1 telekinesis. So basically what we're saying, the reduction that is done to your opponent, it isn't a level 2 reduction and a level 1 reduction, it's just a level 2 reduction that's being kind of applied here to your opponent's defense. So say for example the defense reduction was level 5% for telekinesis, and then for a level 2 it was like reduce the defense by 6%, then it would only be reduced by 6% and not 11%, so it's not getting like added together. The middle slot here, and you've got three units that are activating the telekinesis event. So you've got your unit on your left hand side in the first slot activating telekinesis link, you've got your unit in the middle telekinesis link, and you've got the unit 3 activating telekinesis link as well. What's actually happening here is that you'll get 2 telekinesis reductions being applied to your opponents there, and the defense will be reduced twice effectively. So once for activating a link with on your right hand side in the third slot, between the second and the third slot, and once from activating the link between the first and the second slot. Then we've got link skills that recover HP. Yep, this works pretty much as you thought. The level of, you would only get the effect of the link skill a little higher, is what is happening here. So when you activate the link skill here, so if you're thinking about the mechanics of the link skill here, what will happen is if you've got a level 3, you'll get the level 3 boost. You won't get level 3 and level 1, you just get whatever one it is. However, if you have the same similar to how the telekinesis work for reducing your opponent's defense, if you've got all 3 units with the same link skill, then you'll be able to activate the link skill off twice to recover HP, and the effects will be based on the highest level to the left and the highest level to the right of you. So if, for example here, in this example here, we've got General Slug, he's a level 1 with the Namekian's link, but the Piccolo here is a level 6. So the recovery of the HP is based on the level 6 from activating the link with Piccolo, and then you also get another recovery of HP link here by activating the level 5 link with Nail over here on the right hand side or in the third slot. So effectively you're getting a level 6 Namekian's HP recovery boost and a level 5 HP recovery boost when you activate, if you have all 3 units with the exact same links there. And the next example here is just talking about how super attacks activated. So it's kind of exactly similar to as the link skill for the super attack will only activate once you hit 12 key and you're about to launch a super attack. It will not activate on your other opponents until that point happens. So that's exactly how the game works at the minute. And then again, similar when both units will be able to activate the super attacks, they'll activate the link skills because they both reach 12 key and able to launch the super attacks. Then your link skill level is just based on the level of your actual link skill. So that's exactly how the other games would work there. So Master Roshi would get a level 1 boost and Goku would get a level 1 boost because they're both level 1. But similarly, then if Goku was level 5, you get a level 5 boost, whereas Master Roshi would only get the level 1 boost. So that's how link skills actually work in practice when they come into the game. That's how they'll actually work. So the other thing that's going to actually happen in the game as well, as a result of version 4.11 being released, we're going to get a lot of changes to the passives here. So if you scroll through the news, you'll see all the link skills that are changing. Basically all the links that used to have flat attack and defensive boosts are going to be changed into having percentage based boosts, because that's more in line with the current meta, which that means a hell of a lot of units are way stronger than they were before. And I think a couple of ones that is worth actually pointing out that a lot of people will use in their teams, which will make a big difference, is Kamehameha. So before it was attack plus 2,500 when a super attack is launched, and the way that works is that's just, once you've done all your different attack multipliers and the attack, that's added on at the very end. So they just add in on 2,500 attack when you launch your super attack, which if you're already doing 1.8 million attack damage, then adding an extra 2,500 isn't actually doing very much. Whereas now we were changing it to an attack boost of 5%. So if you're then doing 5% on top of like the 1.8 million, then that is a lot. That's taking you up nearly to like closer to 2 million, or nearly closer to 1.9 million in attack stat by adding in, because it's added on at the very end of your attack stat when it's performing the attack calculations. Another one it's worth also looking at is going to be quite useful, because I'm sure a lot of people are now starting to use LRs, which, you know, legendary power is a skill that all LRs must have. So that's amazing because it's going up an attack plus 10%. That's just making LRs, you know, ridiculously overpowered when they're launching their super attack, considering that their stats, their base stats, are considerably higher than all the other units. So that just makes them even better than they were before. So those are two of the ones there that sort of stand out to me, but you can go through the rest of the list and you can see what all the changes are happening here. And some of them are really quite big, so big changes as well. So that's going to make all your units even more powerful, even at level 1 in your link skill levels. If they did have previously these flat boost link skills. So that's going to be good, especially for the Kamehameha team, because there's quite a few LRs on that team. They all both have legendary power and both have Kamehameha as a link. I'm thinking LR Vegeta Blue, LR Gogeta Blue, transforming Super Saiyan Gohan as well as being the lead skill for the Kamehameha team. It's just going to make them very, very more powerful. Anyway, so that's all I really wanted to say there on the changes to link skills. So let's have a look, guys, at the preview over on JP. So guys, I'm now over on the JP side of the game. I'm just going to show you a preview of what the changes from the version 4.11 and the link skills actually do for in-game, and how it affects, you know, how the gameplay of Dokkan will actually change, and some of the things on the display that'll change. So the first thing you'll notice is you get this big blue screen that comes off here telling you that your units have passive skills active. The graphic does get quite annoying actually, because it is really bright and blue, and it also comes back every single rotation as well. If your enemy opponent has some sort of like status reduction effect on, so maybe for like a Dokkan event or a legendary Goku event, it will flash up as a like that, similar to that blue screen that came along, but it'll flash up in bright red. So the other cool things that have changed from 4.11 is if you hover over here, you can see the link skills. This shows you which link skills levels are active and what levels they actually are and in gameplay. So that's quite cool. So you got like level 2 and level 3 here. Level 3, you can see for the Super Saiyan Gogeta. Also, as well as the link levels, also shows you up the passive skill for the unit as well at the top, so you can actually quickly check what the passive is for each unit here. The other thing you can do here is if you hover over the opponent's box, what you'll actually see is you get this red box here and you get these two boxes. So the red box tells you what the unit is actually immune to. So they could be like immune, it'll show you the status here of being immune to being stunned or attack reduction, or you know, sealing from super attacks and stuff like that. So it'll actually tell you in the box about these immunities. And the other box, the lower box, tells you what the current status is of the unit of your opponent. So if your opponent was stunned, it would come up here saying it was stunned. This is just quite a nice thing, because previously you kind of have to wait and see, you know, wait until it usually has a little like a little box here on the top of the red unit, and you have to actually wait and see, you know, wait until it flicks through to show you how the status is. So this way you can at least quickly check by looking at the box by hovering over it. The other change that's sort of quite significant here is you've got this extra turn number here. This wasn't previously in versions of the game, so this is really good for units which have time-based passives. I'm thinking the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku and the Super Saiyan 3 Strength Vegeta, who both have time restrictions on their passives. So this is a good way to actually tell when their passives have expired, because I find myself quite often in the position thinking that Goku or Vegeta have their attack or defense boosts, and then all of a sudden I come up against an opponent and I just end up dying because actually the time has expired, and so they're no longer able to use their passive skills because it's time restricted. So that's a good thing. They can actually then see the turns for this turn counter. So let's get on with the next stage. Let's quickly go on and beat the event so I can show you the rest of the changes that are happening. So I'm pretty sure Super Saiyan Gogeta will beat him in one hit. Let's see quickly, and we can show you guys the link level upgrade screen once you beat the event. So once we beat the event, we get our rewards. So this is the link skill upgrade bit. So here we've seen our Ultra Instinct Goku. We've improved one link from level 2 to level 3. Don't read Japanese, so I can't tell you what that link actually is. Again, here we go. So this is another odd thing I do want to point out, and it's quite good that it's actually done this for me. So basically here, you raise the links. If you've got characters with transformations, then they'll have their own set of link skills on the transformed form versus the pre-transformed form. So you actually have to raise the link skill levels of both the base form Gogeta here, from LR Gogeta, and you also have to raise the link skill levels of the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. So for units that have multiple transformations, like the transforming Goku that goes from Super Saiyan all the way up to Super Saiyan Blue in transformation, that is going to be a lot of link skill levels changing. So every time you use that unit, you'll be raising the level potentially of the Super Saiyan God 1, the Super Saiyan Blue, the Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2, and the Super Saiyan forms. So that could take a while to actually do. Here we go, we'll raise the Gogetas to level 2 to level 3. Then we're raising the Beerus and Whis here from level 1 to level 2. And the other thing is, just want to point out here, there's no sort of like meter system or anything for that, for how you raise the levels. Each link level, it seems very random based on the event. All I know for a fact is the larger the event is in terms of stamina consumed, the higher chance of raising your link skill levels will be. So events like the BPAN event, where it's like 100 stamina, is really easy to do. That's really going to be good for raising your link levels, because it consumes so much stamina. The one thing is really annoying is that on a lot of the harder difficult events, like the Legendary Goku event, Easy A's, Infinite Dragon Ball History, these events don't actually raise any of your link levels because you don't cost you any stamina to do. So that's just one thing to bear in mind. So you can only really raise these from doing like Dokkan events, the quest mode events, story mode events, and you know, the training events. That's the only way you can actually raise your actual link levels, by doing those events. So yeah, it's a bit annoying that the more difficult events don't give you lots of rewards for link levels, but it's just the way it is. But to give you something to do. So if you're a player who is a little bit, you know, playing global for like 4 to 5 years, similar to me, this is going to be a great addition to actually give you an opportunity to go out and just play the game again. Gives it some sort of like replayability, because you've got to then try and increase all the link levels. Now, one thing I would say about this as well, as a result of the link levels, I suspect all new events that are coming out from, probably as part of the 350 million download celebrations, because we'll get the exact same content as JP, are probably going to be very difficult events, and they'll probably take, you know, you're going to need to raise your link levels in order to beat some of these actual more difficult events that will probably be coming fairly soon. Anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to really say on link levels. It's really great news that they're coming to global now. I just want to reiterate again, called it, saying that they would be here before the 350 million downloads at some point in August. It's really good because, I mean, ultimately it gives us something new to do, and it brings us back on par that we're actually playing the exact same game as GP. That means the two versions of the game do not feel different to play. I can't express how important that is to the actual overall community. That is a huge, massive feature. That it's important that these games are pretty much identical, apart from language differences and you know, the actual content, just because JP was released earlier than it was in global. So that's really important, that they're consistency between the two versions in terms of how the game actually operates and plays. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about the video, what you thought about the video, and what you're thinking about link skills in particular. If you enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to the channel so you can get notified and ring that notification bell so you can get notified of all my latest videos. Have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.